Hello, my name is Jack Shamash, and this is the third of the talks I'm giving trying to make sense of controversial Jewish subjects. And today I thought I'd discuss Zionism, and I would also thought I'd say why we shouldn't talk about it. Now, a lot of people have been discussing Zionism, and a great many Labour Party members particularly have got into trouble because they claim to be anti-Zionist. And this has caused tremendous ructions and controversy. So this all raises the question, what is a Zionist and what is Zionism? Now, before 1948, when the State of Israel was established, a Zionist was somebody who believed that there should be a Jewish state. But things have moved on a bit. So I think there are currently three versions of Zionism. The first version is a Zionist who's somebody who believes that the State of Israel should exist. Now, clearly, anybody who doesn't believe that the State of Israel should exist is a bit mad. It has been around for 70 years. It's not going anywhere. The second version is a Zionist who is someone who believes that all Jews should live in Israel. Now, there were certainly plenty of people like this around saying this sort of thing about 40 or 50 years ago, when organisations such as the Zionist Federation promoted the idea of mass immigration to Israel. But nobody really thinks this way now, not least because so many Israelis have left Israel and gone to live abroad. The third version is that a Zionist is someone who believes that Israel should occupy the biblical lands of Judea and Samaria, which incidentally includes large chunks of Jordan. Now, there are still some people who believe this, but most of them are religious nutcases. So you have three versions of Zionism. Version one is perfectly sensible. Saying that Israel should exist is a bit like saying the state of Poland should exist, but it's not really making an important point. Version two, all Jews should live in Israel, is unrealistic. Jews are not going to leave en masse to go into Israel. And version three is quite mad, and only for those who believe that the time of Messiah is upon us, and we should fight a war with all Israel's neighbours to bring the happy day forward. So, when Labour politicians claim to be anti-Zionists, it's quite unhelpful and risks them appearing anti-Semitic. And almost anybody who talks about Zionism ends up looking pretty silly. The present British Chief Rabbi Ephraim Mervis said in 2016 that it was impossible to separate Zionism from Judaism. Well, when he did this, he was heavily criticised because many Orthodox Jews do not accept the State of Israel. They feel that the State of Israel has to wait until the Messiah comes. And there are plenty of secular Jews who were frankly anti-religious, who wanted to create a secular socialist state in Israel. So in other words, you could be Zionist without being Jewish and Jewish without being Zionist. It's which was contrary to what Mervis said. So it's very easy to look silly if you start talking about Zionism. So don't do so. Now, the point is Zionism isn't really the question. The issue is how Israel treats the Palestinians. And since the last two chief rabbis, which were Jonathan Sachs and Emanuel Jacobowitz, were in favour of a two-state solution, I don't think one could be regarded as anti-Semitic for claiming that Israel should allow the Palestinians to form their own state. The whole issue of Zionism is at best confusing. And if you've got any sense and you're involved in politics at all, avoid it. You'll only get yourself into trouble.